John, it looks like you may be starting probably on Saturday. How have you sort of seen the way things have developed with obviously Richard Keogh and now Shane Duffy?
Yeah, look, that's football. You have to prepare as if you're going to play. You know, even as the last couple of trips, you know, I came in, didn't really play, but still prepared as if I was going to play, just in case. And you know, now if the team is selected and you're in it, you have to be ready to do a job, and you just have to take it business as usual and prepare all week as if you're going to play.
And it's such a big moment, isn't it, in the campaign as well?
Yeah, you know, two massive games coming up this camp, and we put ourselves in a great position now to go and get the job done. And you know, that's going to be the full focus on everyone's mind this week, going into Georgia and trying to get a result.
It's going to be a rejigged back four, obviously, with your Sheffield United teammate Enda Stevens unavailable. How difficult is it to change your back four, 1, 2, and possibly 3 changes to it?
Yeah, it can be difficult, but I think, you know, this week we'll have a lot of work on the training ground, and you know, whoever is selected to play will be ready for the challenge. Kevin,
you're in the mix as well. How do you rate your chances at the moment?
I don't know, obviously that's up to the gaffer. All I can do is try put in performances and training all week, and hopefully that's good enough for the gaffer to select me.
When you turn up, do you feel the manager's already prejudged the team, or do you feel that in the days going up to the match, and it's not until Saturday, you've always got 5 days to possibly change his mind?
Yeah, you always come into the squad and you want to try and impress as much as you can in training. Obviously the team is up to the gaffer, but you know at any point as well there can be injuries or whatever, suspensions and stuff like that, so you need to be ready at all times. And I think all the lads that come in, they try train as hard as possible, and they want to be ready just in case.
John, it was a good weekend for quite a few Irish players in the Premier League, but Aaron Connolly sort of stole all the headlines, didn't he? Just talk us through how you saw it and what reaction there's been since.
Yeah, it was class for him, you know. I think a few of us were watching the game on the bus on the way to our game, and I obviously noticed he was starting up front, and he'd scored the first one by the time we got to the stadium. So, you know, yeah, I was buzzing for him. Young lad from Galway, you know, he's come in last night, seems like a great guy, and you know, if he keeps his head down, hopefully he's got a big future ahead of him for club and country.
Have you come across him before? Do you know much about him?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of bits from him before, and you know, from talking to people who've played with him or who know him quite well, he's always been really highly rated. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing him in training this week. And as I said there, you know, he's still only 19, so hopefully he's got a long and successful future ahead of him.
Kevin, how did you see the game on Saturday from Aaron's point of view?
No, it's obviously it's fantastic for him as a young lad coming into the Premier League. It's not easy. He possesses a lot of pace and he's strong as well. So to get 2 goals in your full debut, it's a fantastic achievement for him.
And you two boys will know better than anyone else. How big is the jump from the Premier League, or is it a jump to international football? How difficult and how different is it?
I think it's a different style of football. Obviously, the Premier League, you've got all the best players in the world, and internationals, it's completely different. You can only play with what your country produces, so there's different tests. I think there's no great massive difference. It's still football at the end of the day. You're still playing the same game, so I don't think there's a massive difference.
John, you feel if he's good enough to play in the Premier League, he's ready to play international football?
Yeah, you know, he's still only starting out in his career, and you know, it's probably a lot to handle so young. But I think if he seems like a lad who can handle it and who can step up, you know, if you make your Premier League debut against a really good team like Tottenham and you score 2 goals, then the only thing you can take from that is confidence. And you know, I'm sure he'll come in and he'll be buzzing about in training all week and eager to impress and you know, see where it takes him. And I'm looking forward to training with him.
Guys, the fact that you both played against Bulgaria, how important, I'll ask you first, Kevin, do you think that could be, because you could both be lining out on Saturday?
Yeah, it's obviously good to play with John. I know John a long time now, and we get on really well off the pitch, so it makes it a bit easier on the pitch. Obviously, the last game we played together, and I thought we done okay, so it's getting an understanding of how each other plays and stuff like that, so it can only be good going forward.
And for you, John?
Yeah, the exact same. You know, I really enjoy playing with Kevin, and even when the gaffer named the team and stuff the day before, you could see we're both a bit excited to play with each other, and just we've a good understanding off the pitch, and we've a good understanding on the pitch, even in training and stuff. So it's really good to be able to play with your mates. So if we are selected, then it's good that we've had that game against Bulgaria under our belts.
Yeah, we finished that game very strongly. In fact, I mean, we mentioned the likes of Jack Byrne who did so well, but James Collins coming on and scoring in that one.
Yeah, James has been in fantastic form, for Luton over the last couple of years, and he's taken that form into the championship. And then, he came on, got a chance, took it well, and to see Jack coming on as well and finishing the game strong for us was brilliant. And even though it was a friendly, I think we can take a lot of confidence from that. Managed to get 3 goals and get the win, so it was a good night all around.
Have you looked back yet at the Georgia, the home game against Georgia, or what can you remember of it?
Yeah, it was a tough game. I was obviously watching it, and Georgia are always a sticky team. They're a good side, and I think they made it hard for Denmark as well in Georgia. So we're under no illusion that it's going to be a tough game on Saturday. So we just have to get the heads down now and prepare well this week and go there to try and get a result.
And Kevin, for you to be involved in a game of such importance, will it be the most important game if you're selected that you've been involved in? Do you think?
With Ireland, 100%, yeah. There's been big games obviously last year and stuff like that, but this is obviously with the position we're in at the moment. We've got 3 massive games to go, and obviously 2 in the next week. So we want to go to Georgia and get a good week's training and go there full of confidence, and we want to get 3 points, and that's what we're aiming to do.
We were talking earlier about the fact that quite a number of Irish players scored at the weekend, which is good for confidence. Scott Hogan, but as well as that, we mentioned Aaron Connolly, Jeff Hendrick as well. It's been pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's obviously going into these games, if you're getting lads that are playing well at club level and scoring goals, they can take that form at the international level, hopefully, and hopefully come the next 2 games that the lads who've been scoring goals, they can carry it on and be full of confidence and help us get wins.
Thank you.
John, obviously you've came up with Sheffield United, had a great start to the Premier League, and you've captained your country in the last international. Is it safe to say you're really enjoying your football at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in a good part of my career at the moment. Really enjoying playing for Sheffield United, and we started the season quite well. So yeah, I mean it's gone well so far, and hopefully we can keep improving, and I can keep improving and have a good season.
Would you say this is the best form of your career so far?
I think so, yeah. Obviously, I'm playing regularly now, and over the last year at Sheffield United, it's been nothing but success in the Championship, and we came up to the Premier League and we've started okay. So, still looking to improve, still looking to get better and try and get as high up the table as we can.
Thank you. Kevin, obviously you scored against Bulgaria in the last game. Can you take that confidence into the next game now if you do play?
Yeah, definitely. The score for your country is it's a fantastic feeling, and if selected in the next game, then I'll take that positively going forward, and hopefully I can put in a good performance.
Hi lads. John, I'm just looking at some stats that the FAI Twitter account tweeted earlier actually. 8 games played, 3 clean sheets, 16 interceptions. Do you feel that you're Ireland's most informed defender this season?
I don't know. I mean, stats are funny. You can dress stats up any way you want. All I look at is putting my head down and trying to do well, and I'm lucky to be a part of a team that knows their jobs. And we played together all last season, and it's kind of most of the team who played last season have played most of the games this year, so that continuity is good. And as I said there, we've started the season okay, so hopefully we can build on that now and have a good season.
You must be pretty confident because of your form at club and also because of the start against Bulgaria though. Yeah,
I'm playing with confidence at the moment. I've always had belief in my ability anyway, no matter what level I played at. So you have to have that as a player. I think if you start doubting yourself, then things can become quite tricky. So I'm really enjoying my football at the moment, and hoping to keep improving and keep enjoying it.
And Kevin, if you get the nod from Mick over the next couple of games, are you confident you can step up and take a chance? Yeah,
like John said, I've got faith in my own ability, and I know if called upon that I can do a job, and I think I've proved in the past whenever I've played, I've done okay. So if selected next week, then I know I've got the ability to put in a good performance.
Cheers, lads.
Hi, John. Just to pick up of something that Paul was talking about there, and doubts. Now that you're playing in the Premier League, do you feel like I was always ready for this level? I was born to play at this level, or have there been any doubts at all in settling into like such an elite standard of football?
I don't think you have time to even think about stuff like that, to be honest, because you're just so focused on the next game and trying to do well. Obviously, that's the bigger picture, and sometimes if you have a bit more time to reflect, you might think about stuff like that. But you know, I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I just focus on the next game and trying to get a result. And you know, then maybe at the end of the season in the summer, you might end up reflecting and thinking about stuff like that. But at the moment, you know, it's quite helter skelter, really. It's games coming thick and fast, and don't have too much time to think.
Yeah, it's pretty helter skelter when you're heading footballs off Roberto Firmino's toe and these kind of things.
Yeah, whatever me and this will have to do to try and keep the ball out of the net comes into territory. So yeah, it wasn't a bad tackle, that.
Obviously, you're playing at like a back 3/back 5 at Sheffield United. Mick has gone with a back 4 so far. If you're in the team and that happens again, is it difficult to adapt to different defensive systems?
No, played a back 4 all my career really until I signed for Sheffield United. So I think you know, it doesn't really matter whether it's a back 4 or a back 3 or a back 5. You know, I think you can easily adapt. And at Sheffield United, we've kind of a unique way of playing the back 3 anyway. So it's a bit gung ho, but it's organised chaos. It's brilliant. But no, whether it's a back 3 or a back 4, you know, I think you know, you can quite easily kind of adapt to that.
Yeah. And Kevin, the fact that you and John played together against Bulgaria, like even in a 90-minute friendly, can you begin to form a partnership that you can take into like ultra competitive games?
Yeah, hopefully. Listen, we've got two massive games coming up, and if both of us are selected and both of us do well, then I don't see why we can't do it going forward again. So we're concentrating on the Georgia game. We know we're going to be full of confidence going into the game, and if me and John are selected, then hopefully we can put in a performance and we can win the game.
I was just wondering what your relationship is actually like on the
like
field.
Nice.
I like him off the field. That's fair enough.
Nice, brilliant. Yeah.
But even on the field, I mean, is there a loud one? Is there a quiet one? Is there a calm one? Is there a kind of quicker one? I mean, you know, talk about how you actually function together as a pairing.
I think we're both quite similar characters, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we get on really well. You know, seem to have a good relationship on and off the pitch, and as I said there, it's always really good when you're playing with someone who you know so well off the pitch. So yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Same thing, yeah. Obviously, when you get on the pitch, we do speak to each other, and we talk each other through the games, and we just get each other through the game. And obviously, if I need to go tight and he needs to cover him behind, we speak to each other all through the game, and we let each other know.
John, just obviously you mentioned there that you've been playing two-man central defensive partnership all your life, and you know you'll naturally slot into that situation. Is it a case where the manager's game plan is really important to that the players know they really know their jobs and what the manager wants to do, or is there any way, you know, when you're going from a 3 to a 2, do you have to be a little bit more conservative sometimes when you're playing, or as long as you stick to Mick's plan in your head, that will cover that sort of aspect?
Yeah, look, the gaffer is clear what he wants from us, and he makes it clear on the training pitch. So, you know, every game so far, anybody who's played any position has gone in knowing full well what's expected of them, and you know, whoever is selected to put on the jersey and play whatever position the gaffer wants will be under no illusion what the gaffer expects. And you know, I think it's good for a player to go out and know what his job is, and as you've seen so far, we've had some good results, so you know what, it's working.
And just he has spoken about going to Georgia for the win and stuff. So do you expect to be maybe playing a bit more front foot and with just maybe a higher line in the defence, or is that sort of a situation, you know, is it a scenario where you deal with during the game?
Yeah, I mean, I play for, you know, a Sheffield United team who are always on the front foot, and you know, we like to keep quite a high line in most games. Obviously, it's different when you come up against the big hitters, Liverpool, etc. But you know, Mick, the gaffer here, has us has us drilled in training. You know, he wants to be on the front foot and wants us to play on the front foot and put teams under pressure, and it suits us. You know, we're Irish, and that's what all the good Irish teams have been like. And you know, so far we've managed to unsettle the teams we played against, and we've really been on the front foot against them all. And you know, we're looking to continue that now Saturday and go to George and try to put them under pressure and get a result.